In this tutorial, I explain how to manage intralogistics jobs. Here we have to differentiate between people who create the job and people who carry out the job. Appropriate rights are required for people who want to create an intralogistics job, and certain options must also be activated in the settings. And for people who carry out the job, only the appropriate right is required to see the Intralogistics tab. First, I'll show you which options you need to enable. To do this, we open the Settings tab and enter the password below. All tabs for various settings are now displayed. We open the tab Windows User. If different Windows users are to be able to create intralogistics jobs, this must be set individually for each one. Here on the right is the area for intralogistics. Up here, we activate the function for this user. Next, we can set whether the delivery time should be included. Then the forklift driver can see until when he has to do the job. 5 times can be set as required for quick selection. The time indicates in how many minutes or hours the job should be done. I briefly demonstrate which times are changed here. Here you can see the 5 times. Below, we specify the time from which the flashing should not be switched on automatically when creating a job. It does not make much sense to switch on the flashing if the job is to be carried out in 4 hours. After we have set everything, we save everything done here. Then we go back to the tower view. Next, I will demonstrate how we create an intralogistics job in the tower view. This only makes sense here if you know exactly which cassette the material you are looking for is on. To do this, we double-click on the desired cassette. A context menu opens that suggests possible destinations for the cassette. We see these destinations here on the right side. We can also assign cassettes to jobs that are not in the tower. Now we also see the tower as a possible destination in the list. We'll create a specific job. The cassette MF002 shall be brought to the Darley in 5 minutes. To do this, we select Darley and click 5 minutes. The job is already created and the LED starts to flash. If we choose a period longer than 60 minutes, depending on the settings, the LED does not switch on. I'll demonstrate it briefly by choosing 61 minutes. To do this, I have to enter the time manually. Any time can be entered here. Since this cassette already has a job, we are asked whether this should be overwritten. We click Yes and see that the LED is not on. Next, I will demonstrate how we create an intralogistics job in Contents of Cassette. That makes the most sense at this point, since you can first search specifically for the desired material and then create the intralogistics job for it. I have already shown how to search for material in another tutorial. When we have found our desired material, we right-click on the data record and select Search Cassette. We already see the same menu as in the tower view. Here we select the Trumpf and then 2 hours. We have already created another job. Next, let's look at the jobs created. To do this, we open the Intralogistics tab. Here we now see 3 jobs. I had created the job for cassette MF001 earlier to demonstrate what it looks like when a job is overdue. Below, we see the 2 newly created jobs for cassettes MF002 and MF003. Here we can see where the cassette is. If we want to see exactly where the cassette is in the tower, we click on the binoculars. The view jumps to the tower view and marks the cassette you are looking for green. At the same time, the flashing is switched on. In this way, the forklift driver can quickly find the cassette he is looking for in the tower. Here we see where to put the cassette. And here where it should be brought there. I have set it up so that the items are sorted according to the delivery date. Everyone can adjust it the way they want. You should save the settings below. If the forklift driver has done the job, he must click the green button here to acknowledge. The job is done. If the job is to be cancelled, he clicks on the red button. Here we click on Yes. It is also possible to create jobs from commissions. We click here for that. Next, a window opens, where we select the desired commission. We can also search for it using a keyword entry. Then we confirm the entry with the green button. Here, all cassettes are suggested that contain material with the commission. If we want to see exactly what is on the cassette, we click on Show All Details. Here we see material positions with our commission. Next, we need to choose the destination. To do this, we click on it and select the Trumpf. As you have seen, the same destination was chosen for all the cassettes. If we want to have different destinations, we activate this function here. And then change the destination. If we want to exclude a cassette, we click on the green button in the Create column. Below, we enter the time when the job shall be finished, and at the end, click on the green button. We have already created 2 new jobs. Here the forklift driver can see to which commission these jobs belong. It is also possible to give a follow-up job to a job. This means that as soon as the job has been acknowledged, the next job for the cassette is immediately displayed. To create the advanced jobs, we click here. A new window is opening up. Up here, we can see all the cassettes with their contents, but also empty cassettes. Below, we see jobs that are assigned to the cassette. You can also create a new job here. If we want to create a more advanced job, we select a new destination. Enter the time and click on Add Job. So we added another job for the MF004 cassette. This can be repeated as often as you like. There are now 3 jobs queued for the MF004 cassette. And here we can see when they shall be done. If we want to remove a job again, we click on this red button. Then we click on Close. Back in the Intralogistics tab, we see the new job for cassette MF004. This cassette is to be brought to the dolly. If we acknowledge this job, the next job appears immediately. This cassette is to be picked up by the dolly an hour later and taken to the welding shop. If we acknowledge this job, the next one appears immediately until all queued jobs have been completed. This is particularly interesting if the cassette has to be temporarily stored somewhere because it cannot reach its destination directly. That was all about creating and running jobs. The last thing I do is show you the report. All executed and cancelled jobs can be checked in the report. To do this, we simply click here. Here we see the complete list of all completed jobs. When they were created, when they were carried out, which user created the job, which user ran it, and whether it was done or cancelled. This table can also be deleted, but appropriate rights are required for this. That was all important about intralogistics.